Hey, welcome everybody. We want to welcome you guys to the Black Market Podcast. I'm
What's up?
Albert.
What's your title, man?
Man, what you mean what my title is? I ain't got to keep saying that. I'm the CEO
Man, you
though.
better tell them who you are.
I'm the CEO, man.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
Jerome, aka the Market Prodigy President.
Raheem Carswell, CSO, Chief Strategy. Let's get it.
And I'm Kenneth Crowder, head of customer relations. So excited to be here.
Oh yeah. So I know we had a nice little week in the markets this week. I know Jerome. I know you had some things that you was looking at. That was some big news that you wanted to share.
Oh yeah, definitely. Something caught my eye yesterday. Came across on the news. I've been looking at it this morning. For all of you sports fans out there, this one is about the NFL.
Okay.
Says that Amazon is getting exclusive rights to Thursday night football games.
You said
So
Amazon.
Amazon, I
So
mean, we know
Amazon can be.
Amazon Prime, the big retailer. I mean, now they're stepping out into the sports world now as if they couldn't get any bigger. But now they're going out there and they're challenging different markets. I mean, I think this is going to be huge for
Yeah.
them, and we could see a big impact in their stock prices because of this. Because before, we know about the streaming giants like the Netflix, those people, but now you've got new players in the game like Amazon, and also while I was looking at this, I'm sitting here and then I see in the same story, I'm looking at Disney. That's not big news, but you guys can pretty much laugh at me right now. But I did not know that Disney owned ESPN
Oh yeah.
and ABC.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Oh yeah.
God.
Oh yeah, Disney man,
Powerhouse.
they conglomerates, but they been in the sports, and then
Yeah.
they got that
I
big sports
mean,
complex in Florida.
Disney, this is Aladdin, Disney, but now we know about them getting into the streaming game with ESPN, with Disney Plus and all of that. That was what I thought how they were getting their foot into streaming, but I had no idea that they own ESPN and ABC. Now it makes sense, and they also sponsor the Super Bowl because of that. So that's why when people win the Super Bowl, they say, "Hey, where are you going?" They say to Disneyland. That's why because Disney is the sponsor. I mean, it makes so much sense now. But because of that, I'm also looking at Disney's chart over the past year. Back in October, Disney's stock price, October at toward the end of last year, their stock price was only like $120. Since then, they're up to $200 per share. I mean, they're just exploded. And then
Yeah,
these deals that they've got with the NFL and stuff, it's only going to go higher. So
and what's crazy
that
is,
stuff just opened my eyes.
yeah, what's crazy to me is the fact that you have Amazon in the game now. Like they started off as a books, like all they did was just sell books. Now they're out here like streaming the NFL. Like, how did you even get there? And like Jeff Bezos, like this guy trying to get up in space. What is that? Like Blue Mercury and all that stuff. Like it's crazy. Like
Having day trips in space.
yeah, exactly. Like going from selling books out of the garage to now like doing all this stuff like this is like crazy.
Yeah, man. I mean, the whole game is just changing right now. Like you still have those traditional players. You still got Fox and CBS or whatever,
Yeah,
but they're taking a more minimized role. And these new players like Disney and Amazon, I mean, they're getting ready to take over. And then I also saw
oh
something
yeah.
interesting too. You guys know about NFL ticket. That's
NFL ticket.
Yeah,
I have.
NFL ticket. That's through Direct TV. So
Yeah, I've
you
seen
can
Oh
it.
watch
yeah,
out of
yeah.
market games. There's also rumors that may be moving over to Disney ESPN Plus,
Oh man.
which is
Mm.
owned by Disney.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. Nah, that's some good stuff right there though. Definitely some good stuff for the sports world. I know DraftKings and all those guys are gonna be happy seeing all
Man,
this
don't get me
activity.
started on
Oh
DraftKings.
yeah.
I made a nice little profit off of them
Oh
last
yeah,
week.
oh yeah, most definitely. DraftKings is a good little stock to mess with. I know. I've been seeing some good stuff in the market. I know we saw this morning actually. We're seeing MP move up. MP is up over 6% right now in the pre-market. They had some real good earnings. Pretty much what they do is they're rare earth element miners. So they get all the rare earth elements and they're mining them, and they got like good applications for this stuff. They got like of course the EV, all that stuff with the automotives. They got clean energy. They got some military applications, and they got some digital applications with your cell phones and stuff like that. So definitely a lot of good stuff. But I like that. I like that EV play because no matter who wins, we're seeing a lot of activity in that EV industry. It's like with this play, it doesn't matter who wins. Like, is it going to be Lucid? Is Tesla still going to be the king? Is GM and Ford? Like, we saw some big calls going on at GM yesterday. Like, I saw that unusual activity that we threw out to the group, and that right there was huge. I mean, we saw some huge call buying in GM short term.
Yeah.
So I know Ford. I know they got some good stuff. I know Raheem. Did you have something about Ford?
Oh yeah. So, everything's looking pretty good with Ford. They have they have electric vehicles as well. However, they did run into, a hiccup with the chip shortage. But everybody looking at that should be able to bounce back pretty good. Also, as far as the electric vehicles, we got Volvo coming in, and they are actually mentioned that they're gonna follow like the same sales plan as Tesla.
Mm,
We know Tesla pretty much is very unique on how they do their thing. So the sales plan, I mean, is pretty much they're gonna do like the showrooms and hubs in cities versus like an actual dealership, because that's how Tesla does its marketing. So I think that should be some pretty interesting. Actually, Geely is the stock owner that you want to look at for Volvo, because that's the owner.
okay.
Um,
Wait. So you saying Volvo, the car that my parents and grandparents used to have, they about to make a comeback, and Volvo about to be the hottest thing on the streets now.
Hey, I'm not
That's
gonna
like
lie,
hey,
man. Volvo
that's
Yeah,
got some
like
Volvo
pretty
about to be
nice
the
stuff.
AMG.
that's like Buick making a comeback, man.
Hey,
Right.
hey, but to be honest though, Volvo actually does have some pretty good designs. I like their design. Sometimes it's like
Oh yeah,
those lights on the back.
their
It's
new
just
stuff.
like that's what be killing me. But outside of that, I feel like they have some pretty decent designs. You know?
Their thing right now is safety. Like they're up there with
Ah,
like
yeah,
Subaru in
yeah,
terms of safety.
yeah,
But the thing is, young generation don't really care about safety. They want to know. They want performance. They want.
exactly.
They're looking at the
Style,
hey,
aesthetics
know
of the
what I
vehicle.
want? I want
oh,
Is it
style,
fast? How
performance.
loud is it?
But
exactly.
but they're gonna pull them in with technology with this EV here.
Yeah,
That's gonna be interesting.
yeah, very interesting. Very, very interesting.
It is. It is. So
But
that EV. We've been experiencing this quite a little slump for EV, but even right now, AC mentioned Albert. We got some pre-market everything. All the EV stocks are up in pre-market right now, so we got some good things looking there. Um, Also, one other one I want to throw in there is Wolf, and this is Petco. This is really big for post COVID season, and kind of like in the midst as well, because a lot of people are getting pets during this time because they can get out the house.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
People want to hang around with, so pets, and then their supplies are increasing by that.
Oh yeah,
I couldn't wait for Wolf to come out. I've been waiting on that one for a while.
yeah,
I think I got it when it first came out
yeah,
and made a little bit of money off
yeah.
of
We
it. Yeah,
traded it when that IPO hit. We made some
yeah.
money off of it. That was when IPOs, like whenever they hit the market, they just go straight up. It was no brainer. Just buy the IPO, let it go up, and then sell it once starts,
Yeah,
stalling
because
out.
they didn't they didn't start out low like the SPACs do it like $10. Like initial offering was like $25. I'm
Yeah.
looking at now.
Yeah.
And they recently beat their earnings too, so we got some promising things for them for the future.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good
Be
thing right
fresh
there.
and beat earnings that they have, so it's
Oh
pretty
yeah.
big.
But before I want to go back real quick. While we were talking about the EV stocks,
Yeah.
that kind of reminded me of and you were talking about Ford and AC. You were talking about MP, but that's interesting. With the whole, a lot of people are chasing the actual companies, EV companies themselves. But then when you start getting down into that product chain of, hey, people need to pay attention to the parts that
Yeah.
are going into this EVs, because those are the real winners. First tier, what you're looking at is the actual the batteries that are going into it, and then you start getting into, okay, well, what about the materials that make up the batteries? The lithium ion and those mining companies that are creating those materials for that. And then you also got to think about, this is technology that we're talking about. So the brains of the operation are chips. So start looking at chip companies like your Microns and your AMDs and your Taiwan Semiconductors. Those are big winners too. So we've seen an increase in all of those, and like once we have a shortage in one of those markets, it impacts Tesla. It impacts the EV market as a whole. Like he just said about Ford. Ford, they had to halt their production because of that chip shortage.
Yeah.
So I mean, everything is connected.
Yeah. Most definitely.
It is.
Another one that I want to point out too, for batteries, QS. QS has like a good power battery stack that they're putting together. It's supposed to be good long range stuff. So that right there is a good stock to look at too, just with the technology of the batteries.
Yeah, they traded them a couple of times.
Yeah,
And
QS, man, I made some good money on
it was
QS.
pretty nice.
Yeah, I made some good money on QS. Kenneth, I know you had something that you wanted to share with us too.
Yeah, I was kind of actually doing a little more research too, but with having our kind of the stimulus checks and all that dropping, and
Oh yeah,
with consumer discretionary income kind of increasing, I did see kind of a change in the gaming and ETFs that'll be coming out, and those things will be booming in the next few years. But they're opening some opportunities for ones like Home, Nerd, or sorry, not Home, Hero, Nerd, and ESPO as well. Were three good ones that I saw that are giving some opportunities in the market, not only for now, but as we're seeing more developments in hardware and software, and even virtual gaming. That's going to become a bigger thing, and now you see all this, the Oculus Rift that came out a few years ago that everybody was astounded with, and now people are using that even as a training mechanism that I've seen for sports. So
yeah,
it's changing. Things are changing from that world, and now that everybody's got a little bit more money, it'll be interesting to see where people choose to start spending it. The next hottest tool that could be used for enjoyment or even for your own practice. So. That was definitely something I was looking at, and some other people on another podcast that I was watching were discussing it and just getting their ideas. A lot of times we don't have those conversations unless you're very in the market. But once people start to see that this is an opportunity that they can get into just based off their own interests, that was the thing that was mentioned. They're doing a lot with these drone competitions that are coming up, and a lot of the video streaming for that. So I think that'll be something in the future that'll definitely take off.
Hey, you know what I like? Holograms. Those holograms. Wimmy.
Oh yeah.
I like that Wimmy.
Oh, that's what Wimmy does?
Wimmy is holograms.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm telling you.
Wait. So
they're trying to do, Wimmy is trying to make some technology for the EVs too. They're trying to put hologram technology inside the EVs.
And that's what made me also think about it and try to connect it, because a lot of this stuff, I mean, it's still chip based. Yeah. It's still the same hardware, software that we're going to need for the same, like we were just talking about. So, it's all connected, man.
I was just talking about women before we got on this morning.
Yeah.
So is Wimmy just Is that just a concept right now, or is it already
No,
commercially
they
available?
already have some things made. But right
Mhm.
now, as far as the electric vehicle application, they don't have that yet built out. But they're working on that part. But they do have that other stuff. They do have some other holographic technology that they've been working on.
I tell you what, they put a hologram in my car. It better be self-driving because I'm gonna be looking at the hologram and not the road.
Man,
Be watching that Lakers game on as a
yeah,
hologram.
yeah,
Are they gonna put
man, I'm
holograms
telling
for Tesla so you'll get pulled over? Watch the let the car drive itself.
you. Yeah, just put a hologram of a body
Yeah,
over there,
you sit in the passenger seat chilling.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Oh yeah.
Or you just tint your windows. You know they can't see nothing.
Hey, but then you're gonna get pulled over too dark of a tent, so you might as well just put that
Hey,
holographic body over there.
Hey, hologram better handle it.
Just put the
I'm quiet.
holographic body over there, G. You can get
Right.
drunk, and then you can get in the
yeah,
car and
you
do the
need that.
hologram driving.
You need that HOV hologram. You know.
There you
There you
go.
You
See,
heard.
then you can jump into the you can jump to the HOV lane now because you got two people
Well, you know,
supposedly.
back in the
Yeah.
day, you heard about that guy that got pulled over. He had like a blow up dummy that he used to put in the passenger seat so he could drive in the HOV. Like,
Hey,
Whoa.
to be honest, man, there was a lot of people up in Tennessee
Whoa.
doing that a few years ago. It's
Uh,
crazy, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, a
uh,
lot of people in Tennessee was doing it up in like Nashville. They was telling me people were putting like little dolls and everything over there.
I had never heard of that. Imagine that
Yeah.
cop. You roll the window down. You said, all right, what we about to do?
I would just be like, "You got me, you got
You
me."
got me.
oh,
And I'm like,
It's
hey,
too funny.
like, is there a problem, officer? Put some sunglasses on and be like, you sleep.
Right.
Exactly. Too man, it's too funny. Hey, so I guess we can go ahead and get some stock picks, and then we can get up out of here.
Oh,
So I'll go ahead and give you guys mine. So on my list, I got FedEx. They had some real good earnings come out yesterday. They were up in the pre-market. So you know what I like to do? I like to see that initial pullback and try to get in on it. So that's gonna be my play. I like it as a short-term play, and I like it as a long-term play.
so for me, I guess I'll go next. You paying attention to the first podcast. All I was talking about is, man, it is put season. Yield rates were up. Ain't no way I'm betting on any stocks to go up. Yield rates went up, and I made some good change buying puts this week. But I'm gonna flip the script here, and I'm gonna turn around and become bullish on a stock. And that stock is Ride, which is Lordstown Motors.
Oh
I know
yeah,
they've been getting some flack in the news lately, but they are sitting at a very nice support level. And just like he said, you know, the EV is actually, I think, up a little bit in the markets. And also, we noticed a huge spike in the 10-year yield yesterday. And historically, the days following those 10-year yields, we see the NASDAQ and the S&Ps have a bounce back. We've seen that already. The futures for NASDAQ for the open has already bounced back a little bit. So I'm hoping that's going to be fuel for me to ride off into the sunset.
exactly. You better hope Ride got those real orders.
Hey, whether they real or not, that money I make gonna be real. I know
Hey,
that
that's
much.
all that matters.
Hey,
You're right.
but I was smart enough to buy option contracts for next Friday, not today.
Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
What
Go short term, but not too short.
about you, Hing? What you got?
I guess I go ahead and pop off. You know, we've been talking about this EV hype, man. It's EV season. You said
EV.
pussy, it's EV season now, man. So, you know, AC Albert was talking about a lot of those, you know, the mining companies. And one mining company that I really just been watching for a while that has been having a lot of volume, I've been paying attention to is DNN. And I
Mm.
mean, on this mining company with DNN, I mean, their option contract has about up to like 20 to 30,000 volume every single day. People are waiting on this.
Oh yeah.
So I'm looking for then what is going to be the outcome of this wait that everyone's been waiting on.
Okay. That's a good one.
Oh, I'm looking at the chart now, man. It's looking pretty good.
I'm about to take a look at it myself.
I might have to throw a little money that way.
Hey, that's that battery company. That battery company.
Oh
we
yeah,
talking about.
Oh yeah, this one isn't that expensive either. Yeah. That's not bad.
You know, I had a similar to one to yours, THBR that I was looking at. That's a conductors, but then it was I've been staying in these coins, man. I've been trying to ride Bitcoin, Clever Coin, TRX, and just kind of stay with those. They're kind of in their opening phases. So with Clever and TRX, and this is my first kind of entry into it. So been trying to buy the dips, as they were saying, but just watch going over and see what it's going to react since it hit a new peak, like I said last week. And yeah, those have really been my biggest ones.
Hey, as for coins, I'm in something called Mana. Like, what is it? It's like Decentraland or something like that. I think it's called Decentraland, but like the ticker is like MANA, Mana.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's crazy. Like this thing right here, it popped off real quick and went to 240 real fast. So when I saw it come back down, I got back in on it. So
I was
it's
even
back down to $1 now. I got it at like 90 something cent. So I'm waiting on this thing to pop back off again.
And I've been in stocks and options so long, I might have to jump back over to Bitcoin. I was in on the first wave of Bitcoin back when, I was with the Bitcoin craze and the Litecoin and the Ethereum.
Yeah.
But it's some money out there now. I'm like,
I wasn't in it too early, but I've kind of gotten a little, I guess, made some larger moves in it so I can catch smaller movement. So that has been my thought. And then, with Ethereum as well, I think Ethereum is going to be the little brother of Bitcoin. So I'm hoping it kind of has the same movement, same idea. We'll see.
So how do y'all feel about Dogecoin? Do you feel like it was just a fad or is it here to stay?
I think that one was. I don't think that one was going to be as big of a hit, but I have seen people are starting to use crypto. And we were talking about that guy that got his they had his salary paid out with crypto. So I think it's gaining traction. I think that one though. I think that was a flop.
Yeah, that one right there was made out of a joke anyway. So
yeah,
it's unlimited supply. I mean, you mess around that if you want to. Supply and demand, economics, man, that ain't finna do nothing.
If Elon Musk actually does convert part of his balance sheet or whatever to Bitcoin, like somebody that big that everybody knows, and they document that he actually did that, you're gonna see a lot of people follow his lead. I think that's when it's gonna come from the laughing stock and people not taking it seriously. So, this is what I need to be doing,
Yeah.
Right. I know he already had did something. I think Tesla bought like a whole bunch of Bitcoin and on like one of the crypto apps that I use to get crypto.com, they are giving away, entering you in the raffles for free Tesla for every amount of Bitcoin, certain amount of Bitcoin that you purchase. Oh. So he's already had some sponsorship there on that.
Oh, wow.
So I know for sure what Bitcoin is going to do. We're just waiting on the next one that gets sponsored.
Yeah.
Right. And when you go out in space on that SpaceX that he's working out, you can only use Bitcoin.
Crazy.
That's probably how they're gonna add it though, to be honest.
I know, I'm joking. I'm joking, but I'm not.
Yeah.
That's probably how it's gonna go for real.
Don't sleep on those space stocks either. SpaceX isn't out there to be publicly traded yet, but SPC, Virgin Galactic.
Yep.
They had a bad earnings report and their stock plummeted, but it's starting to recover now.
They had those delays too. When they delayed that I think that mission or something like that, that also kind of messed them up a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all we got for today, guys. So good show. And we wanna say good trading to all the traders. Hope you guys go out here and make some money. If you need some help, you know where to find us. Hack the Markets, baby.
Let's go.
Yeah, ready.